Look outside right now, you can see just about mid-80s there in the metro area today. And, a little bit cooler on the coast, mid-60s. And then, of course, over in the gorge, just a little bit warmer in the 90s. But can't get much better than this, right? So let's take a look at what we're going to see here for the rest of the month. Now, the interesting thing is this is your Fun Fact Friday. No measurable rain so far in Portland this month. So that's not necessarily odd. This has happened about 10 times since we've started keeping these records. Now that was about 100 years ago, just a little bit less than 100 years ago when we started keeping track of this. So no measurable rain, but we do have a chance to kind of change that here on Monday, Tuesday. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. But what I do want to point out here is we are tracking some smoke. So you can see down there at the bottom of your screen near Medford, that's where the flat fire is, and it's just over 15,000 acres. And so it is producing a lot of smoke, and you can kind of see where that's coming right up here into central Oregon, Sun River, Bend, seeing some of that. But as we move forward into the next day or so, you can definitely see that that is trending downwards, heading into Northern California, in Nevada. So if you have any family members, friends down there, tell them to watch out. Definitely pay attention to air quality monitoring in your area. We've seen some of those warnings so far in the metro area because of small fires we've seen in the city. So definitely pay attention to those, and if you can stay inside, do so. But again, as we head into later Saturday, we're going to see a lot of that head into California south, as we talked about. But let's take a look at some of the temperatures tomorrow, what you can expect. Obviously just a little bit cooler here on the coast, but I would say that's definitely pleasant, beautiful temperatures. I got a chance last weekend to head out to Cannon Beach. It was absolutely gorgeous. Of course, you need a little bit of a sweatshirt, but that's what happens when you're in the Pacific Northwest, right? But let's take a look at this 7-day forecast. So did say that we could possibly see a switch up coming. Now that could come Monday, Tuesday. That's our chance for some rain. You'll notice there we've said traces of rain. So I wouldn't expect anything drastic, but we could kind of change the measurable rain status that we've had here. But definitely a gorgeous weekend. As we said, this is very comfortable. Now we were in the 90s during that heat wave just about a week ago. So I would say being in the 80s, a little bit more average, a little bit more normal for us. And the way that we're able to have these more comfortable temperatures is because of a marine push. Now with that marine push bringing in this cooler air, we could possibly see some clouds and some fog in the metro area in I-5 corridor here coming up in the morning. But absolutely beautiful. Stay with us after this.